Have you ever felt like your body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to? Like you're carrying around a little extra fatigue, stiffness, or even worry about staying healthy as the years go by? Well, what if I told you your body already has an incredible built-in system to help you feel stronger, more energized, and even protect you from illness? No fancy pills or extreme diets required. It's called autophagy, a natural process your cells use to clean out the old, damaged parts and make way for fresh, healthy ones. Think of it like your body's very own spring cleaning happening inside you every single day. And the best part? You don't need a medical degree to activate it. Simple, everyday habits, inspired by some of Japan's most respected longevity experts, can help you tap into this powerful process. Now, you might be wondering, why listen to Japanese scientists about this? Well, Japan is home to some of the healthiest, longest-living people in the world. Places like Okinawa, where it's not uncommon to meet folks celebrating their 100th birthday with energy and joy. These scientists have spent decades studying how small, mindful habits can lead to big, lasting health benefits, especially as we age. So today, we're going to explore 3 simple, science-backed habits that can help you activate autophagy, feel lighter, and stay stronger well into your golden years. And don't worry, none of them involve starving yourself or giving up the foods you love. In fact, the first habit might surprise you with how easy it is. Let's start with something you're already doing every single day, eating. Or more accurately, not eating for a little while. You see, one of the most powerful ways to kickstart autophagy is by giving your body a break from digestion. It's called intermittent fasting. But before you think, oh no, another diet trend, let me explain why this is different and why it's been a quiet secret in cultures like Japan for generations. Intermittent fasting simply means leaving a longer gap between meals. Nothing extreme. Many traditional Japanese households naturally eat an early dinner and then wait until mid-morning for breakfast, creating a 12 to 14-hour window without food. And here's the beautiful part. That gentle overnight fast gives your body the time it needs to shift from digesting to repairing. Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi, the Nobel Prize-winning scientist who discovered autophagy, found that when we take breaks from eating, our cells get busy cleaning out the clutter, breaking down old proteins, recycling damaged bits, and even helping regulate weight and inflammation. And you don't need to go hungry to make it work. Even just pushing breakfast a little later or finishing dinner earlier can make a difference. But fasting isn't the only way to support your body's natural renewal. The second habit is something Okinawans have practiced for centuries. It's called hara hachi bu, which means eating until you're about 80% full. Not stuffed, not still hungry, but comfortably satisfied. This isn't about strict calorie counting. It's about listening to your body and giving it just enough, not too much. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, a legendary Japanese physician who lived to 105, swore by this principle. He believed that overeating overloads our systems, making it harder for our bodies to focus on repair. By eating a little lighter, we free up energy for healing and staying active. And here's a little secret. This habit also makes meals more enjoyable. When you slow down, savor each bite, and stop before that heavy, sluggish feeling sets in, you'll notice how much better you feel afterward. No afternoon slump, no bloating, just steady energy. Now, let's talk about the third habit. What to eat to make the most of autophagy. Because while when you eat matters, what you eat plays a huge role too. And this is where the wisdom of Japanese doctors, like Dr. Yumi Ishihara and Dr. Hiromi Shinya, comes in. Dr. Ishihara, a trusted physician in Tokyo, often recommends starting the day with something light, like fresh vegetable juice, to ease digestion and give the body a nutrient boost without overworking it. Meanwhile, Dr. Shinya, a pioneer in digestive health, emphasized eating plenty of plant-based foods, vegetables, fermented foods like miso, and fiber-rich grains to keep the gut healthy and inflammation low. The key here isn't deprivation. It's about choosing foods that work with your body's natural rhythms. Think of it like fueling a car. You wouldn't pour low-quality gas into a vintage vehicle and expect it to run smoothly, right? Your body deserves the same care. Now, I know change can feel overwhelming, especially when it comes to food. But remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about small, mindful shifts, like adding an extra vegetable to your plate or waiting an extra hour before breakfast. Over time, these little changes add up to big results. And speaking of results, in the next part, we'll dive even deeper into how you can make these habits work for your lifestyle, including the best foods to eat, the surprising benefits of a simple cup of tea, and how to stay motivated without feeling restricted. Because the goal here isn't just adding years to your life, it's adding life to your years. Now that we've talked about when to eat and how much to eat, let's focus on what to eat to truly support your body's natural healing process. Because here's the thing, autophagy isn't just about fasting. The foods you choose during your eating window can either help or hinder your cells' ability to renew themselves. Let's start with one of the most powerful foods for longevity, something you might already have in your kitchen right now: green tea. In Japan, drinking green tea isn't just a habit. It's a daily ritual tied to health and mindfulness. And science backs this up. Green tea, especially matcha or sencha, is packed with antioxidants called catechins, which gently support autophagy while reducing inflammation. Dr. Takayuki Teruya, a researcher who studies metabolism and aging, has found that compounds in green tea can help protect cells from damage and even improve energy production as we age. But here's the key. Don't just gulp it down. Take a moment to enjoy it. Sit quietly, breathe in the aroma, and let it be a small act of self-care. That's how the Japanese approach it, not as a rushed caffeine fix, but as a pause in the day to nourish both body and mind. Now, let's talk about another superstar in the Japanese diet: fermented foods. Things like miso, natto, and pickled vegetables are staples in Japan, and for good reason. Fermented foods are rich in probiotics, which keep your gut healthy. And a healthy gut is linked to everything from better immunity to sharper thinking. Dr. Hiromi Shinya, the gastroenterologist we mentioned earlier, believed that good digestion is the foundation of lifelong health. When your gut is happy, your body can absorb nutrients better, reduce inflammation, and yes, even support autophagy. If fermented foods are new to you, start small. A bowl of miso soup in the morning or a spoonful of natto, if you're feeling adventurous, can make a big difference. And if the taste is too strong, try mild pickles or yogurt with live cultures. The goal isn't to force yourself to eat things you dislike. It's to find what works for you. Next up, vegetables and seaweed. In Japan, vegetables aren't just a side dish. They're the star of the meal. And one type of vegetable stands out above the rest: seaweed. Whether it's nori on your sushi or wakame in your soup, seaweed is a nutritional powerhouse. It's loaded with minerals like iodine, which supports thyroid function, and fiber, which keeps digestion smooth. But more than that, its natural umami flavor makes healthy eating delicious. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, the 105-year-old doctor, often said that eating a variety of colorful vegetables is like giving your body a daily multivitamin. The more colors on your plate, leafy greens, bright carrots, purple eggplant, the wider the range of nutrients you're getting. And when your cells have the right building blocks, they can repair and renew themselves more effectively. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what about protein? Don't we need more as we age? Absolutely, but the Japanese approach is about balance. Instead of huge portions of meat, which can be hard to digest, they focus on smaller amounts of high-quality protein, like fish, tofu, and beans. Fish, especially fatty fish like salmon or mackerel, is rich in omega-3s, which are great for your heart and brain. And plant-based proteins like tofu and lentils come with the bonus of fiber and antioxidants. Here's a simple tip. Try the Okinawa plate method. Fill half your plate with vegetables, a quarter with whole grains, like brown rice or barley, and a quarter with protein. This way, you're getting all the nutrients you need without overloading your system. Finally, let's talk about something we often forget: hydration. Water isn't just about quenching thirst. It's essential for every cellular process, including autophagy. Dr. Yumi Ishihara, the doctor who recommends liquid breakfasts, starts her own day with warm water to gently wake up her digestion. Her advice? Sip throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. As we age, our sense of thirst can dull, leading to dehydration that saps energy and slows metabolism. But here's a twist. Not all hydration has to come from plain water. Herbal teas, broths, and even water-rich foods like cucumbers and melons count. The goal is to keep things flowing, literally. Now, I know this might feel like a lot to take in. But remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Maybe this week, you'll swap your usual snack for a cup of green tea and a handful of nuts. Next week, you might add a small serving of fermented food to one meal. Small steps add up. And in the next part, we'll tie it all together. How to combine these habits into a routine that feels effortless. How to stay motivated without stressing over perfection. And most importantly, how to enjoy the journey. Because health isn't about restriction. It's about giving your body the love and care it deserves, one simple habit at a time. By now, you've learned how powerful small daily habits can be. Giving your body time to rest between meals, eating until you're just satisfied rather than stuffed, and choosing foods that nourish your cells from the inside out. But there's one more essential ingredient to making these changes stick, and that's movement. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. In fact, one of the secrets of Japan's centenarians is that they stay active in gentle, natural ways. Walking, gardening, even simple stretching. Dr. Hinohara, who lived to 105, took the stairs instead of elevators well into his later years. He believed that staying in motion, no matter how small the effort, kept both body and mind youthful. The key is finding movement you enjoy, something that feels good rather than punishing. A short walk after meals helps digestion and blood sugar levels. Stretching in the morning keeps joints flexible. Even household chores count. The goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. Think of it like this. Every time you move, you're sending a signal to your cells that says, "We're still full of life." Now let's talk about something just as important as food and movement: stress. Chronic stress can actually block autophagy, keeping your cells from doing their natural cleanup. But here's where another Japanese tradition comes in: mindfulness. Whether it's sipping tea slowly, tending to a small garden, or practicing deep breathing, these small pauses help calm the nervous system. Dr. Ishihara often reminds her patients that health isn't just physical, it's emotional. A 5-minute quiet moment with your eyes closed, listening to birdsong or focusing on your breath, can make a bigger difference than you might think. It's not about adding another task to your day. It's about weaving moments of calm into the rhythm of your life. Finally, let's address the elephant in the room: sleep. As we age, sleep patterns often change, but quality rest is when your body does its deepest repair work. Japanese researchers have found that keeping a regular bedtime, avoiding heavy meals late at night, and creating a dark, cool sleep environment can make a big difference. If you wake up during the night, try Dr. Hinohara's trick. Instead of worrying, use the time to gently stretch or reflect on something pleasant. Often, relaxation, not force, brings the deepest rest. Now, I want you to take a deep breath and realize something important. You don't have to do all of this perfectly. Missed your fasting window today? Had a bigger meal than planned? That's okay. Health isn't about rigid rules. It's about trends over time. What matters is that you're becoming more aware, making small shifts, and treating yourself with kindness along the way. So let's recap. Give your body breaks between meals. Even just 12 hours overnight helps. Eat until you're 80% full, savoring each bite. Choose foods that love you back. Green tea, vegetables, fermented foods, and gentle proteins. Move in ways that feel joyful, not exhausting. Protect your peace. Stress less, rest well, and find small moments of joy. Remember, people in Japan's blue zones didn't live long lives because they followed strict regimens. They lived well because these habits were simply part of their culture, a natural way of being. And you can make them part of yours too, one small step at a time. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits feels easiest to try? Which seems most challenging? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience might inspire someone else on their journey. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more simple, science-backed ways to thrive at any age. But most importantly, remember this. Every day is a new chance to honor the incredible wisdom of your body. Here's to your health, your happiness, and the many vibrant years ahead. Cheers to you.